Hey guys, it's Sarah from Just My Typewriter, and I'm back with... Yes? Can I start this video? Hey guys, it's Sarah from Just My Typewriter, and today I want to talk about ultrasonic cleaning. Now, I had a comment on one of my cleaning videos a couple months ago where someone recommended to me an ultrasonic cleaner. And I really didn't know what they were talking about until I ran into this trend over on Instagram. I have been fascinated by videos like this one on Instagram. This is where people are throwing in jewelry or metal pieces into what are considered ultrasonic cleaners in order to remove dust, grime, stains, oil residue, all these sorts of things off of metal pieces. And when you're working with a typewriter, there are lots of little pieces inside a machine that could be really greatly helped by reducing the amount of dirt and dust and grime in those areas. For example, when you get a new typewriter, one of the areas I suggest you clean out really heavily with mineral spirits is your type basket. This is where all your little type slugs go up and hit the platen or the paper. The reason we clean out this area is because if dust gets in there, if someone's put WD-40 in there and it gums it up, it can really limit the workability and effectiveness of your typewriter over time. So these areas would really benefit from a good solid cleaning. And today I wanted to test out a new form of cleaning with ultrasonic cleaners. Now, the way that an ultrasonic cleaner works, cat entering set. You can't stand in front of the light, okay? That is not very helpful. Thank you. The way that ultrasonic cleaners work is they cause vibrations by shaking a bucket of water and solution. Now, this helps suds up the solution, but it also can help dislodge dirt and dust and stains using those micro little waves to get into those tight places. For example, on jewelry, you'll see really intricate little designs. It can be really difficult to clean them, and you might not be able to get pinpoint pressured air from an air compressor into just a small enough space to be able to remove those pieces of dirt. So the advantage here is that ultrasonic cleaners are using water, usually also a cleaning solution, and those waves can help really clean out those trapped areas that might have dirt or dust in them. They've used ultrasonic cleaning in the medical field, in the aerospace field. You can also use it to clean your vinyl, which has little grooves in it. You can use ultrasonic cleaning to remove the dust and dirt from those grooves to help make your vinyl play better. So ultrasonic cleaning has a very broad history of being used in a lot of highly technical fields, and some people have used it on typewriter parts as well. I've never had an ultrasonic cleaner, and there's quite the gambit of cleaners out there. You can get something at the Walmart level, which is what I did. You can also get them at a little bit higher level in that $50 to $100 range, or you could go way out there and get a very professional cleaning station. But I just wanted to test this trend out, so I went over to Walmart and I bought a $6 ultrasonic cleaner. If it sounds too good to be true, it's because it's too good to be true. So I opened up this ultrasonic cleaner, and the first thing I noticed was that there's a ton of smudges on the unit itself, as if it was already used when I procured it, which I don't know how that's possible. Inside, it also came with a contact cleaning case and a charging cable. You do have to charge this through USB before you are able to use it. Now, I started by putting in a cup of water and then 4 capfuls full of this cleaning solution that's usually used on jewelry. I picked this one because it's what was recommended along with it, and the instructions on the bottle itself tell me to put 4 capfuls per cup of water. And then I turned on the ultrasonic cleaner. I started by testing with coins and keys. I figured these might have enough grooves in there, and we might be able to see stuff actually come off of them. A lot of the videos that I watch on Instagram feature things with lots of ridges, coins that go in and instantly remove all the dust and jewelry. The instructions on this cleaner, or the ultrasonic unit itself, which there was no instructional booklet, it is all on the box of the cleaner, indicate that you should let the solution vibrate for about 10 minutes. We are now going to pause and wait while we watch 10 minutes of sped up footage of absolutely nothing happening in this ultrasonic cleaner. Nothing happened with the solution in the water. No bubbles happened. There was no dirt or dust coming off the items despite having gunk on them, like there was stuff on them when I plopped them in there. So I did decide to try it again with some more coins. And still no results. Now, I'm not a professional using this cleaner, and I am using something that maybe wasn't the best to start with by using coins. They don't have necessarily as deep of ridges as jewelry might have, but I thought it was kind of weird that nothing was happening. I could see waves forming on the surface of this ultrasonic cleaner, so I did know that it was vibrating. I could hear it, it was loud, but nothing was coming off of these items. So I thought maybe it was just the solution that I was using that wasn't being very effective at helping release some of that dirt. So I turned to an old friend of mine, Simple Green. And even then, I really didn't have much luck getting stuff off of these items. When I would clean them and put them on a paper towel to dry them off, nothing was being removed from the coins themselves. I will say the key that I did clean did look just a little bit shinier, so maybe it removed some of my hand oil from the actual key itself, but there was no visible difference. I was going to try putting a type slug into this, but I didn't want to rust up anything from an actual typewriter, and then I realized I have a parts bag just left over from machines I've taken apart, where parts have fallen out of them that haven't gone back in. So I threw in a bunch of random parts, mostly from my We Are Memory Keepers typewriter, which I destroyed, and I used some screws from that, some levers from that, some other pieces, and I threw them in the ultrasonic cleaner. But this time I used hot water, which, spoiler alert, way more effective, and I also used the solution again. Now this time I did see both the waves and some bubbles forming, and the other thing that I noticed here was there was a lot more stuff in the ultrasonic cleaner. With the coins, I put just a few in. They weren't bumping into each other while also being vibrated in the water, so it didn't really lead too much coming off of them. With heavier stuff in the water and it being hot water, I noticed the water started to change colors almost immediately, and I did start to notice items collecting on the bottom of the ultrasonic cleaner. So dirt was coming off of some of those items and starting to rest at the bottom of the cleaner. At the end of 10 minutes, I did take these parts out and dry them off, and they did look cleaner. Specifically the screws, I thought were the easiest to kind of see the difference between clean and not clean here, because they had stuff in the grooves of them. Those grooves were deep enough to have things removed from them using ultrasonic waves, and so that was also collecting at the bottom of the ultrasonic cleaner. I think you can mechanically really help your machine in this way because you're removing anything that would cause any friction between those moving items. They're built very specifically, so I think the cleaning here could be really interesting, especially at that professional level. And my ultrasonic cleaner didn't have different levels of bouncing or vibrating. It has one system, it has one level. Coffee, that's better. My ultrasonic cleaner has one level, so it wasn't like I could go up in different levels of intensity. You could theoretically leave it in the ultrasonic cleaner longer, but I'm not sure how much it would actually do, just because the vibrations in here, while they do create those waves, which is what you want, I don't know if they're tuned specifically well enough to really get into some of those nooks and crannies and help release and remove dirt from those areas. Another thing that I wasn't really sure about was how effective the cleaner was. The solution that I bought is specifically for jewelry, so it might have some polishing elements to it to help shine up a piece of jewelry. It did make my key look a little bit shinier. I don't know how effective it was as a cleaning solution. I might be willing to try hot water and Simple Green again together because that's what I use on machines. However, I've heard some people who have used Simple Green on the internal workings of their machines. It can lead to rust if not removed. So, not sure I want to be bathing metal pieces in it over a long period of time without removing all of that stuff properly using water and then air. As always, it's important to dry off metal pieces. You do not want them to rust. So everything that came out of the ultrasonic cleaner, I also then did clean using a paper towel to make sure they were dry and remove anything that could lead to rust down the line. I don't think you need an ultrasonic cleaner to clean your typewriters or use your typewriters effectively. I think pressurized air does a really good job of getting just normal dust and dirt out of a machine, and the addition of using some sort of solution, mineral spirits, lighter fluid, lacquer thinner, can be really effective at cleaning out those areas. But if you're a professional and you like to do very micro-based additions to a machine or cleaning to make it work better, this might be a really great solution for that sort of item. I think this would work really great on like clocks and watches as well, when you've got such small pieces that have to fit precisely together. This is more of a precision cleaning type of tool. So that was my attempt at using an ultrasonic cleaner. I don't know what we learned here. But if you have more tips and tricks and solutions you'd like me to try when it comes to cleaning a typewriter, leave them down in the comments below. If you're interested in more typewriter content, I do some other videos on this YouTube channel, as well as on Instagram at just.my.typewriter. I want to thank you all so much for watching, and remind you, you're just my typewriter.